what you'll see very frequently is that people have relatively poor control around what happens at the top of their arm bone, the humeral head. And if we can imagine that my hand is a model, what you'll notice is that for a lot of people, the resting position of the humerus relative to the glenoid socket, so this is the socket on the front end of your shoulder blade, which if you're lucky, you never see, tends to be a little forward. And that forwardness tends to be accentuated the more, or rather accentuated, the more their arm pulls into abduction or extension. So you'll see a lot of folks, when they get to this position, their shoulder will be quite forward. But Peter, you might ask, or you could call me Pete. I'd prefer if you called me, but Peter's fine. But Pete, you might ask, what if the head of my humerus is forward? Like, why is that happening? And that's a great question. I think it's really useful to imagine that your rotator cuff muscles, the job of them is to play tug-of-war with all of the big movers of your shoulder. So your pec major, your lats, your teres major, and your delts all have the tendency to pull the head of your humerus slightly forward and slightly up. And the role of your rotator cuff, by and large, is to pull the head of the humerus down and back and keep it sucked into that socket to increase stability. And so you have these internal rotators that pull you forward and these external rotators that pull you back. And so if you imagine that there's a tug of war that's happening, which there kind of is, the co-contraction of these muscles is what produces strong, stable, healthy shoulder movement. And so if you are moving in a way that teaches these muscles to be on and control the movement of your shoulder, you're also strengthening these tissues in a way that should lead to some amount of longevity in movement practice, which would be great because we like to move, I guess.